Hello everybody and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we are in Pittsburgh here for game 2 of a 2-game set. So I did listen, a couple times actually to the game yesterday. And I think it sounded okay. It did sound better. First I listened to it through Bluetooth in my car. Since I wasn't real concerned about the video, I just wanted to hear how it sounded. Came through a little staticky, I thought, there. On the TV, I thought it sounded better when I listened to it again there. But I did make a slight change to the input level from my capture card. So we'll see if today sounds a little better. I'll listen to it again here in a little bit, at least for a little while, after this game is done. But that said, I did think it actually worked out pretty well, so I think we've got something going for this season. Here in the game, we have Alaska on the mound. I am not sure if this is the same Alaska that the Brewers had last year. At least I think it was the Brewers, going all off memory. Kester at the plate, quickly behind 0-2. And a swing and a miss. He did throw a knuckleball. I think this is the same guy. So one down, Marvin at the plate, batting left-handed, looks at ball one. That fastball up for a strike. And then over the inside corner for strike two. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, Alaska strikes out the first two batters. Here comes Chief, who was 4 for 5 yesterday. Struck out in his last at-bat in yesterday's game to ruin his batting 1,000. He's quickly down 0-2 in this at-bat. And Alaska strikes out the side. So 3 swinging strikeouts. So we'll quickly go to the bottom of the first inning. Chris Duffy to lead off for the Pirates. So you see the Squirrels' defensive lineup. Paulie on the mound, who had a dream season last year. Even for him, it was a very strong season. So we'll see how he follows that up this year. Starts off with a knuckleball and gets a swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss makes it 0-2. And does not chase that fastball in the dirt. Does swing and miss that fastball for the first out of the game. Well, the bottom half of the game. Bottom half of the inning. There we go. We'll get there eventually. Ryan Sweeney takes strike one. And this one just misses outside. 1-1 the count. Ground ball. Joey grabs that one and throws to first. 2 down. Jack Wilson at the plate now, as the rain starts to come in. It did say it was going to be a little bit of a rainy day when we started the game, which is probably not great if you're a knuckleballer. This one popped up by third base. Chief, just in foul ground, makes the grab, and that will end the first inning. So zeros all around as we go into the second. Terry will lead things off for the Squirrels in the top half of the inning. First pitch to Terry, a slider for a strike. Line drive, that will get down for the first hit of the game. That'll bring Frank to the plate. Runner on first with nobody out. And he has a 1-1 count. Sorry, I'm also looking at the schedule for later. Frank with a nice hit right over first base's head. Terry will move on to third base. Puts runners on the corner. Still nobody out. Tom at the plate, still looking for his first hit of the year. And he has a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Zach at the plate. He nearly homered yesterday. Frank takes off for second, and he just beats the throw. Terry does not try to score. think Aviles did hesitate for just a second to see what Terry was going to do, and that might have cost him that out. So 2 runners in scoring position. Zach, though, with an 0-2 count, and he will go down swinging. 2 outs now. Joey at the plate. Molaska on the verge of getting out of this. Starts Joey off with a strike, and then gets a swing and a miss on a good curveball. Called strike 3. Molaska gets out of the jam. So we are still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Xavier Nady, who maybe should have been the player of the game yesterday, at the plate. He is still batting 1,000, and he did have a home run yesterday. Grounds this one through the right side of the infield to keep his perfect season going. Johnson now at the plate. He was responsible for the second of the Pirates' 2 runs. Well, as in he drove it in, he didn't score it. That's probably not the best way to phrase that, but in any case, 1-2 the count, and he pops this one up. Tom should have room, and he does, make the grab. Who at the plate? Who I think was actually with the Dodgers last year, because I remember the drama in the comments section because I didn't say the line. 1-2 the count in this at-bat. Popped up. Tom should make this grab as well, and he does. So that'll bring Jeff Blum to the plate. First pitch is a strike. Weak ground ball to third. Chief throws over, and that will end the 2nd inning. Still quite a few zeros on the board, though both teams with at least 1 hit now. Pauly is due to lead off in the 3rd. If you remember, Graves started off the year with a base hit last year. We'll see what Pauly does. Although Pauly also an especially weak hitting pitcher. Pops this one up to 3rd. Blum should have it right near the base. 1 down. Brings Kester back to the plate. 6 strikeouts already for Molaska. Kester was one of those victims. First pitch was fouled away. Second pitch is too low. That pitch was a knuckleball, but just kind of ugly all around. 2-1. Misses low with a slider. 3-1 the count. Kester swinging 3-1, but comes up empty. Full count. And watches strike 3 on the inside corner. 2 away. Marvin at the plate. Also struck out in the 1st inning. If you remember, everybody struck out in the 1st inning. At least on our side. Marvin starts off with a 2-0 count. Make it 3-0. Watches that pitch all the way. 3-1. Does take a hack at this one, but Molaska looks like he's going to field it himself. A little pop-up right back towards the mound. Still no scores. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Aviles due up for the Pirates. As mentioned yesterday, Aviles not a strong hitting catcher. I'm pretty sure in only his 2nd season in the bigs. Looking for his first hit of this year, though he will strike out swinging in this at-bat. That'll bring Molaska to the plate. And he looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Called strike 3. Molaska doesn't like the call, but we're going to move on to Chris Duffy. 2nd time through the Pirates' order. Only 3 strikeouts for Pauly the first trip through Pittsburgh's order. That's low for him. Does have Duffy at an 0-2 count, though. And there is strikeout number 4. So we're through the 1st third. Nobody has scored, or just a brief threat in the, the 2nd inning for the Squirrels. Chief at the plate to open up the 4th inning. First pitch is a called strike. Grounds this one to 2nd. One away. That'll bring Terry to the plate. He did get a hit in his first at-bat and made it as far as third base before a pair of strikeouts ended that threat. Has an 0-2 count here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Frank also came up with a hit in his last at-bat and stole a base. Swings and misses at the first pitch in this at-bat. This is going to be another base hit back up the middle. So Tom at the plate has not gotten a hit yet this year. Frank takes off again, and he barely makes it again. What happened here? I think he just beat it out. Close play, but he was in there. So runner in scoring position for Tom, but there are 2 outs, and he has an 0-2 count. This one just misses outside. Looked pretty similar to the last pitch. A bit of a ballsy take by Tom. Fouls this one away. Alaska just really working Tom outside here. Goes back to that spot, and it is outside again. 2-2. Called strike 3. Alaska comes more inside and gets the call. So we are still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 4th. The Pirates will start off with Ryan Sweeney. First pitch to Sweeney is called a strike. Swing and a miss, makes it 0-2. Gets him to chase a high fastball for strike 3. That'll bring Jack Wilson to the plate. He fouled out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1, just catches the outside corner. Similar pitch, same result, 0-2. Swing and a miss. I don't think that knuckleball did what they wanted it to, but it still got the swing and a miss. They'll bring Xavier Nady to the plate, who has still not been retired this season. First pitch goes outside. Second pitch is called a strike. Up and out. Nady lets it go by. There's a called strike. 2-2. Popped up, Joey going back, and this looks like Xavier Nady is finally put out. And that ends the 4th inning. Still no score. Hits are 3-1 in favor of the Squirrels, but it hasn't done them so much good. Zach at the plate. He and Joey both had badly timed strikeouts their first time up, and he looks at strike 1 to open this at-bat. Swings under that fastball to make it 0-2. Then a ground ball. Malaska fields it himself and gets it to first in plenty of time. One away. Joey at the plate. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Ground ball to short. His counterpart throws over for out number 2. That'll bring Pauly to the plate. He fouled out in his first at-bat. Although, I don't know, fouled out kind of by technicality. It was right close to third base, but I guess it probably would have landed foul. Has a 1-2 count in this at-bat. Then a soft liner, but it lands just foul. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So, not a lot of offense in the first half of the game. No runs, 4 total hits. Johnson will lead things off for Pittsburgh in the bottom half of the 5th inning. He fouled out in his first at-bat. And the first pitch is called strike. Swing and a miss again, makes it 0-2. Does not chase that knuckleball. Pauly goes with the fastball and does get the swing and a miss. Out number 1. That'll bring Who back to the plate. Fouled just a little bit up the first base line in his first at-bat. Tom made the play. Has an 0-2 count already in this at-bat. And he will go back to the bench. Strike 3. 2 down. Jeff Blum at the plate. First pitch catches the corner. Strike 1. Paulie starting to creep up there in strikeouts. He's up to 8 now. Blum with a 2-1 count. Paulie comes back with the fastball and gets the call. Blum, I don't think, appreciated it. Foul tip. Tom hangs on for strike 3, and that will end the 5th inning. We are still scoreless as we go into the 6th inning, where Kester is due to lead off. Alaska sitting right at 10 strikeouts. Going through the 3rd go-around of the Squirrels lineup. Starts Kester off with a strike, and then a swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Ground ball. Will Kester beat this out? I think he will. It was well placed. Doesn't even draw a throw. So that's a clean infield hit. That'll bring Marvin to the plate. First pitch is called a strike at the knees. And this one floats too high. 1-1. This one up but in the zone. 1-2. And a ground ball. This could be a double play. No, Marvin beats out the throw back to first. So still a runner on first, but now with 1 out for Chief, who is not having the day that he had yesterday. Alaska just starting to wipe his brow. Maybe that's what the Squirrels need today. Chief with a 1-2 count. Fouls that one away. I don't think that would have been in the zone, but he does stay alive. This one bounces in. 2-2. Right down the middle, and Chief line drives it into right field. Marvin stops at second. I thought he might try for third, but leaves runners on first and second with only 1 out for Terry, who already does have a hit in this game. Has a 1-1 count after swinging at a high pitch there. This one called a strike. Looked like it might have been outside. Hits this one, and it does get through. Marvin is trying for home. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Marvin plates the first run of the game. The Squirrels take the lead, and that knocks Alaska out of the game. Matt Capps will take over. Alaska's still responsible for the 2 runners on base. So if you're keeping score, don't close it out just yet. Frank, fly ball. For some reason, neither runner remotely tagged, and that leads to a double play. Some poor base running, but the Squirrels do take the 1-0 lead. So we go into the bottom of the 6th with the Vilas at the plate. First pitch popped up. Should be plenty of room for Chief, and he makes the grab. Capps is going to get to hit for himself. It was a short outing, so I guess they're going to use him again next inning. Starts off with a 2-0 count. There's a called strike. Broken bat produces a little short ground ball to first. Terry picks it up and steps on the bag. 2 down. Chris Duffy at the plate. First pitch is called strike. Then a swing and a miss makes it 0-2. This one outside. Duffy lets it go. Paulie winds, throws a high fastball, and gets the swing and a miss. So that will bring us to the top of the 7th inning. Squirrels still leading 1-0. Tom due up. Pirates only 1 hit today. Tom has struck out in both at-bats so far. Grounds this one to third. It stays fair. A bit of a long throw, but Blum does make it in time. So that'll bring Zach to the plate. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Joey 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a ground out so far. First pitch called strike. That will be a base hit into left center field. So we are going to go to a pinch hitter. Phil got a chance yesterday, so let's give Sweeney a chance. He can play some infield. And by he can play some infield, I mean he's literally a third baseman / first baseman. 2 down, runner on first. Joey takes off, and that was ill-advised. Well, we're to the 7th inning stretch in a 1-0 game. Sweeney on the other side. Sorry, having trouble. Get the volume set. There we go. Alright. Well, I guess this worked out about as well as it could for the double switch. Nakai will make his first appearance today. Let's... Alright. I thought about leaving it as is. I think Sweeney would do fine. But we're going to do like we used to do sometimes back in the first season. Did it a few times last year, too. Move Chief over to second base and let Sweeney play third. Moves Kester over to short, where he is also rated to play. Chief not rated to play second. So hopefully we're just going to hide him there. Sweeney at the plate, Nakai on the mound. First pitch, a breaking ball out of the zone. Ground ball, it does get through. It's going to be called a hit. First pitch to Jack Wilson, called a strike. So I start getting a phone call from a number I did not recognize. Wilson with an 0-2 count. Ground ball to first. Terry goes to second with it. They do get the out. No throw back to first. Xavier Nady at the plate, only batting .800 on the year. Does not chase the high fastball. Does swing at that one and comes up empty. 1-1 to count. Called strike 2. Swings and misses at a changeup. Strike 3. 2 away. Johnson at the plate. Runner still on first. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Nakai cruises through his inning. Sweeney's going to come back to the plate to open the 8th inning. Squirrels still leading 1-0. Well, Sweeney, I don't believe, hit a home run all year last year. Usually he was good for a couple. Grounds out to short to open this season. Brings Kester to the plate. He's 1 for 3 so far. Looks at a strike. This one put through the right side of the infield for a base hit. The guys seem pretty happy to run today, so we'll see if Kester takes off. Marvin at the plate, 1-on-1 out. Looks at strike 1. Ground ball towards third. It stays fair. Blum to second, and they do get the out. No throw to first. It was close there. I was a little surprised that was the decision he made. That'll bring Chief to the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch. There's a line drive into center field. Duffy does a pretty good job cutting it off, but does not keep Marvin at second. So runners on the corners for Terry. There are 2 outs. First pitch, called a strike. And a ground ball that gets through. 1 run already in. Chief on his way to third. So the Squirrels now lead 2-0. Runners still on the corners with 2 outs. Frank will take strike 1. And a ground ball to second. This does not get through. Frank is thrown out at first. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Squirrels tack on an insurance run to make it 2-0. Who will lead things off in the 8th inning? We will go get Hermida, make his second appearance of the year, into Frank's spot, so that will bring Quinton into the game for the first time this year. All right. Who has not gotten a hit so far this year? Swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses at the second pitch. And he will swing and miss for a third time. 1 down, Blum at the plate. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Swings and misses, 0-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. 2 away, Aviles at the plate. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. That curveball fouled away. Still 0-2. Ground ball towards first. Hermida fields it himself, gets it over to first, and that will end the 8th inning. We go on to the 9th. Squirrels leading 2-0, and they will start with Tom at the plate. Tom still looking for that first hit. Watches that pitch go up and out. Cap starting to wipe his brow, though I'm sure the Pirates are going to do everything they can to get him through this inning. But Tom drops that into right field for his first hit of the year. Zach at the plate. He's 0-for-3 today. Puts this one into center field. Duffy should have a play, and he does. Tom going back to first base. That'll bring Quinton to the plate for the first time today. First pitch goes down and out. That pitch down and in. That one pretty much right down the middle, and Quinton gives it a ride. Not out of the park, but it is going to hop the wall for a ground rule double. That saves the Pirates a run. Puts runners on second and third. Sweeney at the plate fouls the first pitch away. This one, ground ball right to first. Runners take off. Throw goes to third for some reason. The Pirates do get the out, but the run scores. So that makes it 3-0, and that's all Caps can give them. John Grabo will come in to try to finish this out for the Pirates. So a little bit of a crazy play defensively. I guess everybody gets what they want out of it. Squirrels get a run, the Pirates get an out, I guess. I don't know, I wouldn't be real thrilled, I guess, if I were a Pirates fan. And that's a line drive to short, and Wilson makes a pretty good jumping play. Let's see, I think it was Kester made that last out. I got a little mixed around there after. All right, Stephen Drew is going to come in to hit. He pinch ran yesterday, but his first plate appearance. We'll see if that's still true once we make our changes. Shibuya will go into Kester's spot. Bring Phil in for defense, and we will let him play second. And now we'll move Sweeney to short, let Chief go back over to third. I mentioned it yesterday. Shibuya did not have a good spring. He had all sorts of trouble getting people out. Looked fine yesterday, though. We'll see how it goes today. First pitch to Drew is fouled away, right into the Pirates' dugout. Then a swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down. Duffy has struck out in all 3 at-bats so far today. Misses that one outside. Shibuya does. That one outside as well. 2-0. There's a called strike. Another called strike makes it 2-2. Full count. Duffy yet to swing the bat in this at-bat. And he is called out on a, frankly, an iffy pitch. So 2 away. Ryan Sweeney at the plate. He'll look at strike 1. I wonder if the umpire a little annoyed at Duffy at not swinging the bat. 1-1 count on Ryan Sweeney. Swings and misses here. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is your ball game. Final score, Indianapolis Squirrels 3, Pittsburgh Pirates 0. That does wrap up this early series. The Squirrels will be off to Chicago to play the Cubs in Wrigley tomorrow for a 3-game set. Do not know where the Pirates are headed. I guess we'll find out after tomorrow's game. But that does count as a series sweep, short as it was. Pirates, I gave us games. They were certainly not blowouts. Squirrels pulled away late in both, but, you know, it still took Shibuya to get 2 saves in 2 games. We will see. Terry again gets player of the game. And he drove in the first run of the game again today. Same thing he did yesterday. He's got player of the game honors both times. Alright, so thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we'll see you at Wrigley tomorrow.